Thank you for taking the time out of your day to tune into this podcast. My name is Levi. My Instagram is GodfatherXUSA. Give me a follow, I'll follow back. This series of podcasts is me talking with friends of mine about things we enjoy, such as powerlifting, straight edge, hardcore, metal, pizza, coffee, food, you name it. This first episode is with my good friend Brian. He's a powerlifting coach. He actually was my first powerlifting coach. I've learned a lot from him. And I hope you enjoy. Please subscribe and take care. All right, so today we have my Sicilian brother, Brian Bellitto. So how do you say your last name?
Bellitto.
And you and I, we go back, 2015, 2014?
I was trying to think back. I think it's 2015. That's when I was out in LA.
And then we met, through Instagram?
Probably. Everyone makes the internet these days, so I think it was the internet.
True.
I think it was, we connected when I was buying some of the straight edge gear, and then I was moving out to LA.
That's right.
And then we met up somewhere to lift. Maybe it was Kratos.
It was the original Kratos in Lake Forest.
Yeah. We lifted there. Hung out.
And then we ate some little sliders in Irvine. Remember that?
Yeah, that was good. I forget the name of that place. What was that place called?
I can't remember, dude. I only went there once, and it was with you. I wanted to go back, but I never did.
It was good. Whatever the hell it was very good.
But you're special to me. You want to know why?
Why am I special to you?
Because you're like my only powerlifting coach that I've had over the years.
You know what? You're very special to me because you were my first powerlifting client.
Was I?
Yeah, that was the first man I ever coached there.
Wow, I did not know that. So how many clients do you have now?
I have about 5 or 6 now.
That's what you do for a living, right? You work at the gym?
I'm a personal trainer, and then I work at our gym, Police and Performance Training, and I also coach basically all out of there, but it's a little online coaching, but I get to see most of my clients. So I do like 5 or 6 clients in the gym with powerlifting, and then I coach some girls on a roller derby team from here.
Oh, okay.
And I have a bunch of personal training clients, but that's outside of the gym. That's I travel to people's apartments and train them there.
Dude, you're always surprising me. I would have never guessed that about the roller. What is it called? Rollerblading?
Roller derby. Yeah, it's actually I got into it. A bunch of friends did it, and actually my girlfriend's on the team here. So I coached some of her teammates, and then we run like a class, kind of like a strongman class called Strong Camp, which is like half the gym, half roller derby.
And so how long have you been powerlifting?
I've been competing for about 5 years.
Okay.
I trained for a while before I competed. I think I've probably been in the gym for forever, probably like 15 years. And then I found powerlifting through some friends. And then after a couple years of training, the first USAPL meet in Connecticut I competed at. And that was in 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you found powerlifting through like friends in the hardcore scene?
Yeah, pretty much. We had a bunch of friends that were interested in it, and we trained out of a friend's garage. Just trained there, and then eventually there weren't really many meets going on around here. I think that was kind of like when the big like raw powerlifting boom happened right after, like just took off. So once we found meets, we started competing.
Going back to the roller derby thing, I was gonna say when you first said it, when I didn't know anything about it, I was thinking Blades of Glory. Remember that movie?
I don't remember Blades of Glory, but I remember Brink.
Oh God, yes, Brink.
Brink was the shit. That was like the 90s rollerblading movie. It was sick.
That was always on Disney Channel, right?
Hell yes.
Oh man, that's a throwback.
Well, they don't. They don't sort of like that, but not really at all.
Dude, I used to watch that movie a bunch. Not gonna lie.
I'll watch it right now. I'll turn it on after this.
Perfect. So another topic I wanted to ask you about. So how did you find out about straight edge? How does that play a part in your life with like powerlifting and stuff?
I never really drank or did any like kind of drugs. I found out about hardcore probably about like junior high school.
Okay.
And I just kind of already didn't drink anyway, but I found all these bands that I kind of associated with anyway, so it kind of just became a thing. It's always been around in my life, just through going to music and then kind of connecting with people that also were. But I think I think in Connecticut there's probably like you can count who's still straight edge on like one hand. It wasn't like that big here after a while, but yeah, it's still part of my life. So waving that flag, wearing your stuff out and everything. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So what bands before like you were saying like junior year, did you ever have the emo phase?
Oh hell yeah, absolutely. That was all middle school for me. I like found all like early Vagrant bands like Save the Day and Get Up Kids and God, I think that one of the first shows I ever went to was by myself. Save the Day, Get Up Kids, Hot Red Circuit, Dashboard Confessional, and The Anniversary. So I remember like that was like the shit for me. And those bands are still great too. I still listen to them all the time. But that was like the catalyst, I guess, into getting into punk rock.
Wow. Okay. Did you ever grow their hair out and like do the girl jeans?
I'm proud to say I never wore girls' jeans.
Dude, I did.
It's okay. It happens. It's the early 2000s happen. It's all right. That's part of it.
I remember I was dating this girl in high school, and I'd go to American Eagle, and I'd have her buy me, like I'd go to the dressing room, try on like girl pants, and then I'd have her buy them.
That's sick. Oh, because you didn't want to be known for, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's before they had like the Levi 511 skinny jeans.
I think I went to buy jeans last time, and I tried a pair of those on, and I was like, how did I ever wear these?
I'm going to guess you wear, what, a 541 now in Levi's?
I think it's either 501 or 541. Whatever they are, they're too tight, and I never want to, like, I only want to wear sweatpants every single day. And it's kind of sick because I get to with my job, and I really only want to continue doing this because I get to wear sweatpants every day, and it's sick.
That's fair enough. That's actually a really good career, too.
Yeah, you get to wear sweatpants every day.
So going back to powerlifting, I'd say myself, I got into it like 2013, 2014. My first meet was at Branch Petty's gym in Huntington called Rise Above. And I just did it for fun. I didn't even know what I was doing. But then I met you in life, and you helped me through two of my best meets. Those were, I believe they were in, where were they?
At the old Juggernaut gym, so I don't remember what town it was in.
Oh, Laguna Niguel.
Yep, that was it. Yep. That was the first meet I ever coached someone through by myself. It was you, and then I handled our teammate Eva, too. That was there.
The younger audience listening in who always ask me what's the difference between USPA and USAPL. I think you're definitely the right guy to ask that. So maybe if you want to, I don't know, kind of break it down, which, like, for a Powerlifter 101, like for a beginner.
Yep. Well, those are definitely the biggest two federations in the country, at least as far as raw powerlifting. There's so many more, but those are the two biggest. I compete in the USAPL and mostly coach that, but we also run USPA meets. I think the biggest difference between a USPA is a 24-hour weigh-in compared to USAPL, the 2-hour weigh-in.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the equipment they use is different for the most part. I mean, every local like meet director will have their own. They have a choice usually. I think now it's mostly USPA is Texas, like Texas, like a deadlift bar and a power bar. For the most part, USAPL is either Alico or you can use other racks too and bars, but
right.
The deadlift bar is different between both federations. So you've lifted both. The Alico or row power bar is a little stiffer for the US APL side, and then USPA, the deadlift bar is Texas deadlift bar is a little wider, so you get a little bit of whip off the ground. In bench, you have to have your heels down for USAPL, but for USPA, you can have the feet up as long as your toes are on the ground. Those are the big differences. The main difference too is that USAPL is drug tested, but there's also a USPA drug tested division. So.
What's your thoughts on that? Because actually, I looked out here. I'm in Arizona now for USAPL meet, and there wasn't really anything coming close to me, so I decided to go with USPA, but drug tested. What's your opinion on that? Have you heard anything about it? Because that's kind of all new, right?
I think they've always had it. It's not as big. USAPL, you literally sign something when you sign up that you give your permission to be drug tested if they choose. The USPA side. It is growing more. I know they have like drug tested nationals. It's not super big, but they're trying to build that up. But I guess for drug tested, I mean USAPL, the whole federation is, so it's bigger on this side, I guess, for that.
What are your thoughts on like us being drug free and straight edge and everything, and especially with powerlifting? What's the best way you found for recovery, like natural recovery? Because I feel like us drug-free guys, we do got to work a little bit harder, don't you think, in powerlifting?
I mean, I have this conversation all the time with people asking me like what to take for recovery and all this stuff, and I just go back to basics. Sleep more, eat more, and like plan out your training. I mean, it's expected to have some fatigue through training. If you're not sleeping enough or eating enough and you're trying to supplement that with like, what supplement do I take? That's the wrong path. Like, start simple, broad. There's like vitamins and other stuff you can take, but that would be like the 1% of that on top of like 99% of what you should be doing. I guess it gets personal as far as like if you want to take something. But it's not. I don't really recommend like one thing for recovery. The main thing is just plan your training, eat right, and sleep right.
Exactly, man. So what do you do? Like, let's say you're training and you start to get fatigued. Do you take like, I don't know, a protein bar? Is there anything you do mid training session?
Drinking carbs, like drinking Gatorade in a long workout could help. Like if I'm fatigued, maybe I'm just beat. Maybe I'll try to drink some Gatorade. But like you shouldn't be physically training for more than like an hour and a half at most powerlifting. So if you're not eating enough to fuel that one session, there might be a problem. But if I'm shot, like I definitely sip caffeine or carbs or something simple like that. And then I'll bring like I drink protein and protein bars and everything, but that's mainly just for like, if I don't have food with me, just to get some extra protein in. But I wouldn't say that like helps with recovery or getting through training. It's just kind of having some more calories at the end to go.
Do you ever eat those rice cakes?
Yeah. Did I get you into eating those?
Yeah, I think you might have. And now I'm like obsessed with them, man.
Yeah. I've like slowly gotten people into eating rice cakes.
Yeah, dude, I love them. There's all these different flavors. I'll go to like Trader Joe's or something. So like I'll buy like almond butter and stuff like that, and I'll even bring the peanut butter or almond butter with a knife or spoon, and I'll take it, put it on the rice cake mid session.
I haven't done that in a while, but I used to just pack those giant like the Quaker Oat like bags of them and just try to go through them. But those are like thing you can like digest in training, like and want to eat. That's fine. I like rice cakes would probably be like the top. I can't see like when people show up to meets or like training with like full meals. My stomach hurts watching that. Like I don't imagine training like that.
Yeah, I couldn't do that either.
But like having like rice cakes, that's my go-to.
So here's a question: what do you think about creatine?
I actually was talking the other day about this too. It's one of the few supplements that like definitely works. It feeds one of the kind of fast twitch explosive energy system in your body, so it could definitely help. I don't think I've ever noticed like, oh, that rep was great because of the creatine I've been taking, but like there's definitely a lot of science behind it. So if there's one thing I would, other than like caffeine and like protein to look into, is I would definitely like just a basic creatine monohydrate is cheap and can probably help.
So I've been on creatine for the last 3 months, and I feel like it's definitely helped. And have you seen my progress on mine recently? Like I think when you were training me, I don't think I was taking my diet and supplements very serious as I am now, but it's like I can definitely see the big difference.
I think one of the things that is overlooked is definitely diet, because food is so celebrated within powerlifting, but it definitely like cleaning up. Not that I hate the word clean, but like looking after your diet and keeping track of what you're eating definitely helps with training. Definitely days I notice where like if I eat like garbage or I don't eat enough, training definitely suffers a little bit. But yeah, that's for sure. Like that's like an obvious thing, but like people overlook it all the time.
I used to overlook that.
Yeah.
So what's your Instagram if anyone wants to reach out to you? What's your personal one?
So it's Brian Bellitto. It's Bellitto. You can follow our gym is Gleason Performance Training, but we post at Team GPT. We offer online coaching, so there's me and there's like 4 or 5 other coaches that do online powerlifting coaching. And that's at GleasonPerformance.com. Yeah, I think everything else is like linked that I do in my Instagram profile.
Perfect, man. Yeah, anyone listening in, if you're trying to get into powerlifting, I can say from experience, Brian has taught me a lot. So reach out to him. All right, man. Well, thank you, and you stay beautiful, my bearded brother.
You as well, my friend.